What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Berk, aka Dansgreat here, and welcome to this commentary playthrough of Dragon Quest 1 and 2, the HD-2D remake. Thank you guys for joining me on another JRPG adventure, and thank you so much to Square Enix for sending me a review copy of this game a couple of weeks ahead of the game's release so that I have some time to play, edit, record, and get this content ready for you guys at the day of release. So, I played Dragon Quest 3 HD-2D remake, which came out last year, and that was my first ever Dragon Quest experience as a massive Final Fantasy fan who's poured thousands of hours into Final Fantasy over the years, and I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time with Dragon Quest 3, enjoyed exploring it, enjoyed finding out its secrets, learning more about the gameplay, and just generally experiencing Dragon Quest for the first time. Now, for anyone who might not know, because I know obviously a lot of my audience are Final Fantasy people, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are actually chronologically, story-wise, they're sequels of Dragon Quest 3, and so that's why I think they decided to do Dragon Quest 3 Remake first, and well, that's also the bigger game, and I think they wanted to kind of launch this HD 2D remake thing with the biggest and best game they have from the Erdrick trilogy, and once that was done, now we get to play 1 and 2. So with the way number 3 ended, we basically kind of established the hero, we saved the day, and now what we're going to do is start from Dragon Quest 1. And so I am very much looking forward to seeing basically one of the absolute earliest pillars of the entire JRPG industry. There are not too many games that you can really define as proper JRPGs that came before the original Dragon Quest, and it deserves its place in gaming history. And so I'm very much looking forward to this HD 2D remake of an absolute classic that inspired a lot of incredible games that came after it. And so my friends, before I kick things off, I would kindly request that you drop a like on this video and show it some love, because the first part of any playthrough series is basically the most important, and Dragon Quest 3 did incredibly well on the channel. A lot of people showed out for it. A lot of people that were followers of the channel who, like me, hadn't played Dragon Quest, they tuned in. A lot of people liked what they saw. Either they just enjoyed the playlist for what it was, or it inspired them to jump in and give it a go as well. And so I'm hoping to continue that trend with Dragon Quest 1 and 2 as well. So I would appreciate your support on this first video of the series. So without much further ado, let's jump in and I'll talk about more stuff as we continue. Man, ever since I saw it, I really like this key art for Dragon Quest 1 in particular. That sky just looks so cool. Such a great composition. Beautiful piece of art. It's not like an original piece from Akira Toriyama himself, but it's still super, super cool. So, Dragon Quest 1. Thanks to the heroic efforts of the legendary Erdrick, the Lord of the Underworld was defeated and peace returned to the land of Alefgard. Yet this peace was not to last, as a diabolical Dragon Lord rose up and unleashed horde upon horde of monsters on the realm once more. Now it falls to you, Erdrick's descendant, to lay the fiend low and rescue the world from its plight. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so we are ready to now venture forth. Let's do it. I do love the language of Dragon Quest, the whole venture forth and then create a new adventure log. It's all very just adventure, you know. I do love it. Now, in terms of name, I think I'm just going to stick to the same name I gave my character. It is the Erdrick trilogy, and you earn the title of Erdrick. I think I tried basically on my first little test. I tried to name the character Erdrick, and it won't actually allow you to do that. I'm sure it's something that Dragon Quest players already knew, but I kind of tested it, and it didn't work. So I think I'm just going to keep the same name. So think of it as like a descendant of our Wonder from Dragon Quest 3, my Dragon Quest 3 run. Years later, sharing the name of the hero. So that's what I'm going to do, because it's too hard for me to come up with names. I don't want to use my first name. I tend to not use my first name usually in these games. I don't know why. It's just never been too much of a thing. So let's go. Wonder makes a return. We're going to do the English, same way I did for Dragon Quest 3, HD-2D. And this one, again, I think the default is no. So we're going to do this. You can change it later on if you want to. And I do think, especially early JRPG, a lot of the magic is in trying to... A lot of the frustration sometimes, and the magic, is just trying to find out where to go. I would say for Dragon Quest 3, largely, it was fine. And it just encourages a spirit of exploration, I think. And if I do get really stuck, I can either toggle this on or I can just look it up, so it's not the end of the world. We're going to say no and leave it on the default. And difficulty, we are going to stick to the middle one. I played Dragon Quest 3 HD-2D. I think the difficulty was generally fine. There were a few little like spikes here and there, but I wouldn't say I really struggled with the game. It was relatively fine. I didn't really get many game overs. And so I don't want to upgrade to this. I'm not like a seasoned Dragon Quest player. So I think it's the right place to be. Let's go. Enjoy, my friends.
Hear me, hero. Can you hear me? A great darkness threatens this world. Left unchecked, it will swallow it entirely. It may already be too late. Nevertheless, perhaps you, Scion of Erdrick, might prevail. Please, you must make for Tantegel. You must do all that you can. The fate of the world rests with you.
It always does. Let's go and save the world. I am a big fan of the HD-2D art style. It really works for me to bring these old classic games from the 80s and early 90s into the modern age. So I'm still keeping their old school charm. And look. Ah! I think it auto skips. I think I need to have another look at that. Some of it will be voice acted, some of it will not. Canst thou stand? Speak to me. Tis naught. I can yet fight. But we find ourselves surrounded. Captain, all is surely lost. We cannot permit it to be, for should we fall, who shall remain to keep the fiends from our kith and kin? Gotta read fast for these. In comes the hero. Who? Thou art here to aid us? Hell yeah. We are in thy debt, stranger. Hadst thou not come to our aid, we might well have perished. Indeed, to best a whole host of monsters single-handedly is the work of no ordinary warrior. I guess. If I might ask, what bringeth thee to the forest alone, stranger? Journeyest thou somewhere? Zounds! Thou art of the line of mighty Erdrick? Yep. The hero of legend. Hence thy prowess with a blade. And a voice heard in a dream did truly tell thee to make for Tantegel? Nonsense. Such talk is the stuff of fairy tales. Hold thy tongue. Thou addressest our deliverer. Stranger, we are guardsmen of the king of that very realm. Allow us to escort thee hence. 'Tis the very least we can do. Dude looks like Dion, the one at the back. So yeah, no voice acting here, but I'm hoping there will be some. There definitely was a decent amount of voice acting in Dragon Quest III. Behold, yonder lieth fair Tantegel. And beyond it, that accursed isle, upon which standeth the dwelling place of that foul demon who did appear as if from nowhere to lead the fiends against us. The Dragon Lord. At least it's close by, I guess. I am hoping for some voice acting as less work for me in both like recording and editing. My throat's slightly sore, but I'll manage. I'll try to drink plenty of water. But yeah, I like the HD-2D towns as well. We shall go ahead and inform the king of thy coming. His esteemed majesty, Lorek the 16th, will surely grant an audience to one such as thee. Truly, Captain? We have only this man's word that he is indeed a scion of the legendary hero. The veracity of that claim is neither here nor there. That we were delivered from marauding fiends by his courage and strength of arms is enough. Tantegel, nay, our entire world, hath need of such warriors as he. Ah, but forgive me, stranger. I have not yet asked of thee thy name. To whom shall I inform his majesty that we owe our lives? The name's Wonder, but you can call me Erdrick. Come on, King, that voice acting.
Well met, traveller. It seemeth thou art a warrior of great skill. We have long awaited the coming of one such as thee. The captain did relate to me the tale of how thou didst best a whole horde of fiends single-handedly, and did thereby deliver he and his comrades from peril. And not only this, but thou art of the bloodline of mighty Erdrick. Is this true?
Then thou knowest, of course, the legend of thine ancestors' deeds.
Alright. I think in terms of, at least we have some voice acting here. I guess they have to be a significant enough character to get voice acting. I think the rest of them probably won't. I think it's a little odd that the opening scene has no voice acting and then the king does, but with that stuff I'm not always sure how they decide who gets to have the voice acting and who doesn't. But in any case, I'm glad that we do have some, at least. It will definitely help me out. Okay, did you know of your ancestors' deeds? Well, I played Dragon Quest III, so yes.
But of course thou dost. Even babes in arms know the tale by heart. In days of yore, thy revered ancestor did receive of the almighty goddess the sphere of light, and by its power was our world rid of the monstrous menace that beset it. Yet the tales make no mention of any of the hero's bloodline having survived to the present day. Thou truly believest it to be so? That thou art of the line of Erdrick?
Yeah.
Praise be! These are glad tidings indeed. But possessest thou proof, perhaps, of this claim? Or are we to believe it based solely on a voice heard in a dream?
The helmet?
Thou plainly wearest thy heart on thy sleeve, young man. 'Tis an endearing trait indeed. Mine own line is one intimately entwined with that of the hero of legend. And according to the tales passed down among us, the hero who laid low the lord of the underworld was also guided by a voice heard in dreams.
Majesty, please. It will not do to share the secrets of the royal line so freely.
Calm thyself. Though we lack for proof, I would place my faith in this youngster nonetheless. Better that than lose all hope for the salvation of our benighted realm.
Yes, Majesty.
Now, young hero, thou too wouldst know the truth of thy bloodline, wouldst thou not? Then hie thee to the cave that doth bear thine ancestors' title, and to the Shrine of Rain. Return to me with what thou findest there. This shall be thy reward for aiding my guardsmen. Go forth, brave hero, and may the goddess guide thee.
Wanda receives 120 gold coins and some useful items, and puts them in his bags. Alright. Cool. Opening the main menu is easy, just give triangle a press. At any time during conversation or immediately after it's ended, you can commit what you heard to memory. This was a Dragon Quest III thing that I really loved, and it can prove very useful. Again, there's the whole element of how do you know where to go, or what if you forgot where to go, you didn't take any notes on that. You can just recall it. So if anyone tells you specifically what to do or where to go, you can cast your mind back, and I think it's a super useful feature. I do not know if this was in the original Dragon Quest. Maybe I looked it up during Dragon Quest III editing, but that was already basically a year ago, and I've played so much since I kind of forgot. But it's a great feature nonetheless. So let's do that. Now, which one was the right? It's this button, right? Did I do it? Yes. Alright, cool. Welcome, my friends, to Dragon Quest 1 HD-2D. I think the pacing of the dialogue was a little better. I'm trying to remember now. Again, it's because it has been a while now. I think there's a thing where you could kind of, either they skip the dialogue themselves or you could choose or something like that. And I remember thinking sometimes that the pacing of the dialogue line for line did sometimes feel a little off. But that seemed a little slicker. It seemed pretty nice. So not bad. And I'm glad, again, we do have voice acting for significant scenes like that. Though the intro not having one is a little strange. Okay, let's. I'm going to basically approach this the same way that I approached Dragon Quest III. It's going to be a blind run. This game, I'm playing this literally over a week before release right now. There's no resources, there's no nothing, I have no idea. I don't know where to go, what the story is, any of that business. I'm going to figure it out as I go and do my best, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. All the triumphs and all the mistakes as well. That's just how it goes in the Dan's Wait playthrough, and either way, hope you guys have a good time. So let's get rolling. I'm going to try to speak to as many people and explore as many things as I can. But from what I do know, it is a notably shorter game than Dragon Quest III. I think what I heard was that if you add Dragon Quest 1 and 2 together, you get something roughly the length of Dragon Quest III, with 1 being shorter than 2 as well. So this could be a relatively short playthrough. It might be, say, because I tend to be a lot slower than the average because of the style of play and the commentary and, you know, talking through everything I do and what I'm thinking and all that stuff. I would say it could still probably be like a 15-20 hour playthrough, potentially. But I would say it's definitely going to be on the shorter end. So, yeah, let's get going. Shouldst thou wish to learn more of the voice that spoke unto thee, and of the hero of legend, pray visit Erdrick's Hollow, and the Shrine of Rain both. And when hast thou... This is always hard to read the Old English. And when thou hast done so, return here unto me. I would in my turn learn of that which thou might discover, Wonder. Alright. Mention Erdrick's Hollow as well. I don't know if they're both basically the same place, but still. Far be it from me to question His Majesty's wisdom in grasping the thread of hope, however slender, when it presenteth itself. Pray, do as he hath asked of thee. His Majesty hath suffered much, and I would not see his hopes dashed once more. It's the kind of game where exploring around definitely helps. In every room you kind of go into, you can... There's always a chance like you might find... I think there's mini-medals again. There's achievements on Steam. So if you're that kind of player, there's still going to be plenty for you to find and do in this game. When you've got efficient funds, you'd be advised to purchase better weapons and armor. Yep. Thus armed. Yep. Okay. I'm not going to read everything absolutely word for word, especially the Old English. It's just harder. His Majesty is a man too trusting by half to place his faith in one of whom he knoweth so little is... Yeah. I really do wonder what kind of world. Is it going to literally be the same world? It's probably not, as in maybe it is, but you get to explore a lot less of it in the first game. It's like a smaller version with a lot less of it being accessible. Because I really enjoyed the world of Dragon Quest III and the way that it's kind of ultimately basically another representation of our own world and has like distinct regions with different dialects and like kind of environments and that kind of stuff. I did think that was really cool. In Tantegel shalt thou find establishments offering goods. Yep. Yeah, if you find yourself injured, return here to the town and rest at the inn to heal your wounds. Very well. Okay, let's step out. We don't have like the comfort of home this time. Like, where's my mama? Maybe we'll find something. So a lot of locked doors for now. There was there's a map button here. And it does give you the objective at the top. Learn more about Erdrick and the Strange Voice. So if you're wondering what your general objective is, it will tell you. So that's nice. We soldiers of Tantegel stand ready to fight back at the monster menace. And should it cost us our lives, then so be it. So this is why my playthrough will still take longer than the average. Like, it's just reading out all of those lines and stuff. It really adds to runtime, but it's all good. So what I do? In days of yore, lo, the fair city of Tantegel was a veritable fairground, wherein the merrymakers of the world did play. And yet now, we are beset on all sides by foul fiends, and the golden days are no more. Ah, sweet memory. I've still not developed enough voice acting chops to start sobbing on cue. I can just about read what's being spoken, and that's about it. Alright, this wizened old man here. The mage. When dark doth spread across the land, light shall return by Erdrick's hand. O almighty goddess, may thy light shine upon brave Wonder's quest. Oh, did that heal me up? Nice. Cool. Thank you, sir. This person here, let's disturb their sleep. Oh, Princess. Princess Gwaelin. Okay. I think I'm going to be back to this castle numerous times, so I'm not going to go too crazy with the exploration here. Wonder examines the ground at his feet. There you go. It's a pair of boxer shorts. Fantastic. That's all the armor that I need. I'm going to do a boxer shorts only run. Can I beat Dragon Quest 1 first time through blind run with just boxing shorts? That's the run. But I'm hoping a lot of the stuff will be familiar after, obviously, Dragon Quest 3 HD-2D, like the menus and stuff. We shall see. Let's get out for now. We're definitely going to be back to that place anyway, so let's not spend half an hour exploring the castle. If you fancy going faster, yep. Let's have a brief... Oh, shit. I was going to go to this, actually. So, Wonder, level 1. Okay, all of that looks familiar. Tactics. We could do, like, manual stuff, right? Yeah. But you could, like, basically already make him just fight like this for the whole game. You can kind of autopilot him. That's interesting. Yeah, it was pretty dense. It's nice. They give you a lot of stuff. This is, like, all available to you from the start. So if it's your first time, if you were basically waiting for Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and you skipped on 3, then, and this is, like, your first kind of foray into it, it's definitely helpful. That's cool. I think we'll leave that for now. Okay. Battle speed, normal. There's either normal, fast, ultra fast. We'll start with normal, but I think I remember speeding it up later on. Suggested actions, remember commands. Yeah, so again, treasure chest locations. You can literally... It's interesting that you can just toggle these on, so if you find that you're the kind of person that just gets frustrated by looking at these, you don't want to spend time doing it or just having a guide and constantly looking at it, you can just turn them on. That's kind of nice. Difficulty. Yeah, I think this was the same. So this is a setting that wasn't in Dragon Quest 3. But it's on by default, so I'm going to leave it. That's how it was for my first playthrough of that. Text display speed is also normal. Yeah, I can just about keep up when I'm trying to read it. Alright, let's keep moving. Explore Tantegel a little bit. Okay. Thou art of the bloodline of mighty Erdrick, thou sayest. Hast thou proof? Nope. If thou art truly descended from Erdrick, thou must needs bear proof of thy birthright. It's true, it's quite a bold claim. I don't think you can just rock up and say it and hope people will believe you. Remember, these barrels and stuff tend to have things, so there you go. Gah, 'tis naught but one funeral of a comrade slain by fiends after another of late. Will the dogs never cease their villainy? Probably not. Everything's locked for now. Okay. And talking to NPCs is always useful, because there tends to always be at least one of them somewhere that will give you a hint of what to do or where to go. You need it. Oops. I was going to say no, just to be sure. Do you know where the grave of mighty Erdrick is to be found? No. It lieth deep within a cave north of here, so I'm led to understand. A cave fittingly named Erdrick's Hollow. So we need to exit here and head north when we're ready. Let's see what we can buy. Can we spend some money? North of town standeth a signpost. Venture thee northwestward from it, and thou wilt come upon Gellenholm soon enough. Journey eastward, and thou will reach a small church. The roads grow ever more fraught with fiends. Take care. And shouldst thou require the services of said church, do not hesitate to avail thyself of them. Okay. And we've got some shops. Definitely useful to do. Be sure to equip your belongings. Yep. I will do that. I definitely will. Ah, this guy's a wandering merchant. The lands twixt here and there are home to monstrous multitudes who hesitate not to make a meal of unwary wanderers. Verily, 'tis a miracle that I arrived here in possession of my beloved life. Yeah, I do wonder if there's going to be the monster capturing stuff that we had from Dragon Quest 3. I'm sure. Let's have a look at the shop, I guess. I should probably check my own inventory first, because we did receive some things. Let's have a look. So, okay. So these are familiar. Yeah. Same strength as well. I think it was 30 in Dragon Quest 3 as well. And I got me boxer shorts, so give me 10 defense. Fantastic. And at least we have a bit of stuff, but let's see what kind of upgrades we can get here. Okay. I only have 136, so I don't exactly have a great option. I mean, even the copper sword I've been given is 180, so I'm not sure I can do too much with that. Yeah, so they're giving me money, but I can't really spend on anything right now. Unless I really sell everything. What's the difference? Boxer shorts give you more defense than a leather suit. That's hilarious. I gotta do it. Yes, let's go. That's how I'm rolling. In the boxer shorts. That's hilarious. I just want to see if it's worth... if it's worth selling anything. Like, what's the value of these? Ah, they're not much. Yeah, there's no visual difference anyway. Fine. Let's see, this person. The castle town of Tantegel biddeth thee welcome, wanderer. Wanderer. That's why I chose the name. Okay, yep. Let's interact with this guy. Oh. What? This is a bit different. If you're... Is this like some kind of pre-order bonus or some shit? This looks a little like too good to be true. Yeah, I don't know if that's a pre-order bonus. Ah, okay. There you go. I really didn't know that. It's not the type of stuff that I really look into. I don't really care. So I think I'll probably leave those alone for now. I won't utilize these seeds, because they can definitely be quite powerful, as we'll see later. For those of you guys that didn't watch Dragon Quest 3. What about you? Good day to thee, and welcome to the bank. Okay. That's fine, we'll leave it for now. I thought it was deposit and cancel. I will say, like, in that sense, it's the kind of game that it has a relatively long scene to start with, and a lot of talking, and it starts you in the town with like a opportunity to explore and talk to people. So in terms of fighting, it actually takes quite a long time to get going for a game this old. I think it kind of shows where the focus is at a little bit as well. It doesn't want to just be kind of a pure fighting game. He wonders if he bears any resemblance to Erdrick, the hero of legend. Yeah, I feel like they want to make it more of a fully fledged adventure where it is also about the towns and the story and talking to people and exploring and all of that kind of stuff. Beware the poisonous marshes, friend. Shouldst thou attempt to cross them when thou art not in full good health, misery and death shall be thy sole reward. Damn. Yeah, a lot of practice from Final Fantasy Tactics. That kind of old dying person, coughing, spluttering, whatever. We need the red key. Can't get in there yet. It's fine. We're starting to get a feel for things before we head out. We can get items from that little place. Talk to this guy first. Though we build the walls ever higher, I fear they would not stand the assault of dragons, should such choose to attack us, let alone the dreaded Dragon Lord himself. I do hope they've gone for a bit of a different design for that one and doesn't look exactly the same as the others, but if I had to guess, it probably looks the same. More barrels. Oh, 49. Nice. Medicinal herbs. Sorry, herbs. For you Americans. Teehee. Why, no, city man. I am not the Princess Gwaelin. Thou, if thou wishest to accompany me, I shall, for thou art fair indeed. What? I was like, did we just recruit a party member or something? I was like, what is going on here? Damn. My boy. He's definitely got enough aura. Okay, we need items. Let's do that. Yeah, these aren't great, but we can get a few more heals if we need them. Cures poison, wards off weaker enemies. Let's just get a few more. I don't know how brutal a start this is going to be, you know? So we've got to be careful here. Let's just pick up a few of these as well. I think I'll make do with the weapons I have. Yeah, we've still got enough room in the bag, so that's fine. Alright, I think we'll leave it at that. Okay. So already got this like random companion hanging out with me. Tell no one, but it seemeth a great treasure of the royal line hath been stolen by fiends. Ah, truly our world goeth ever more swiftly to rack and ruin. Tell me about it. Let's speak to Kato. Meow. There we go, more pots. It's an antidotal herb. There you go. Pays to look around and interact. Let me have a look at the map here. Okay, I think there's one more bit off to the side, and then once we're done with that, we can leave and get into some combat. Let's go around. Yeah, this is the bit. Speak to this guy. Wherever the path of adventure leadeth thee, beware of bridges. For verily, beyond each bridge wilt thou find ever more fierce and fearsome beasts. That's good advice. I wonder where we'll find our first mini medal. They do offer some nice rewards if you find them, so again, it's useful to do. But unless you really are tapping X constantly in every little corner, they're very hard to find all of them just purely naturally without looking anything up or getting any help. Since the appearance of the Dragon Lord, even the crops fail to grow as they once did. Is this too the power of the darkness made manifest? Keep going. When I grow up, I shall be a hero. Or perhaps a sage. That too would be most marvellous, and a good deal safer, I do not doubt. Very well spoken for a tiny child. But the fact that she doesn't want to be a blitzball when she grows up, it's already a non-starter. We got our Seed of Strength. That's a legit one. I'm happy to use that. I mostly used my Seeds of Strength on the hero anyway. In Dragon Quest 3 as well. So I won't use the 3 that we got. Now, these were basically kind of random. In Dragon Quest 3, like you go up, like, I don't know, anywhere from 1 to 10 points or some shit. I don't know what, like, the range is, but let's just see. Only one here. Woof woof. I'm recording this right now back in my parents' home. I've had to be here for like a week to dog sit. They're on holiday at the moment, and Belle the doggo is with me. Those of you guys that follow the channel and have followed for a long time will know about Belle. She's been part of our family since 2012. She's 13 and a half years old. She's an old girl now, and she can't really be left alone anymore. She kind of needs care. She's got some ongoing health issues and stuff. But she's literally snoozing next to me. So it's kind of nostalgic to be back here and recording. Thankfully, this game's not too demanding, so I can use my laptop to do it. But yeah, for anyone who was curious about that little extra piece of information, there it is. Hast thou espied the great fortress shrouded on mist over yonder? Ah, there it is. That's a cool shot. I like that. But yeah, if Belle wasn't sleeping, I'd try to get her to do the barks. 'Tis the lair of the Dragon Lord himself. Oh, I tremble to merely look upon it. Okay. I think with that, we've already spoken to everybody in general. And I'm happy to make a move. We're going to have to come back here anyway, so I'm sure there'll be more to do. I don't know what our companion plans to do once we leave. I mean, are you a party member or not? Okay, she did leave. I was curious to see what would happen if we went into the castle. But yeah, we're ready to go now. We can go up this little bit here. This looked like a perfect little location for a mini medal or something like that. Maybe this one doesn't have mini medals, the first game doesn't. We'll see. For now, my goal is to get out of here. Yeah, there's exits to the north and to the west. Let's take the north exit. We need to go north anyway. And let's find out what awaits us. Here we go. Making sense of maps. If you feel a bit lost, press square to take a look at your map. It will show your current location and give you a good idea of your surroundings too. Okay, Traveler's Tips. Cool. Alright, so we need to head towards this cave to the north. So I'm generally going to start heading north. And we'll see what we find. Maybe we'll get destroyed in the very first encounter. Who the hell knows? Oh, damn, it's these guys. I was never a fan of them in DQ3. They were, like, pretty tough to deal with. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen it before, this is what the battle screen looks like. And then comes, like, one of the first things I'm not a huge fan of with this. Now, what you can do, we're obviously going to fight here. We do have a few abilities here. The ability names and what they can do are pretty interesting. Potentially deflects enemy attacks onto an enemy. Cattle Prod, a strike that can deal heavy damage to beast family monsters. This guy is not a beast family. But then you've got enemy info. That's cool. Could we do this before? I'm not sure if we could for Dragon Quest 3. But we're going to keep it simple and just attack for now. See what happens. But yeah, the screen basically goes like this. It doesn't show you like a proper... Like, you can't basically change this So the screen doesn't stay like this, and you don't see an attack animation in that sense, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not the hugest fan of that, but that's just the way it is, and that's something that they haven't kind of done differently for the HD-2D remake. So 2 hits, that's not too bad. I can live with that. So first battle was simple enough. 15 experience points and 16 gold coins, and up to level 2. Now, here comes another aspect that is quite interesting, and that I don't know if it's the same as Dragon Quest III. When you level up, you basically seem to go up like between a certain range, but you can get potentially like a good level up or a bad level up. This is something that I'll try to check out in editing. As I say, I just do not have any resources right now for this game because I'm playing it before launch. But if I find anything, I will let you know. I don't know if the protagonist's gains are basically kind of predetermined in this one, but just in case they're not, that's something that could be the case. But there you go. Solid enough start. Now, one thing that isn't present in this one that was in Dragon Quest III again is that we don't have like a whole like character stuff, like personality and character stuff. That seems like it came into the mix later on. So if I had to guess, that would probably mean that your stats probably go up by like a predetermined amount. Because basically, depending on like your personality and like and that kind of thing, you would have, when you level up, you would gain different amounts of like different stats. But this one, it seems to be like it's kind of preset, and you can't have like different, like basically jobs and characters and that kind of thing. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's to be expected that it's going to be more basic than it was in Dragon Quest III. Damn. 4-on-1. That's not good. I'm going to change the battle speed to fast already here. None of these guys are beasts, that's for sure. And you couldn't select specific enemies. You attack basically enemy groups. So attack the one on the right, for example, here. That seems to be random. And we have the legendary slimes. I wonder if they had metal ones in this one as well. We've got some battle quotes in there as well. Yeah, considering it was 4-on-1, that was definitely not too bad. Yeah, 12 experience points from 4 enemies, so definitely not too bad. Yeah, I think we have to go beyond this. Like, the cave we're looking for is probably this one in the center of the map. But I just wanted to make sure it wasn't literally right there and I didn't overshoot. Oof. The encounter rate was high. They don't notice your presence, so you get a bit of a first strike here. Let's go for this one first. One hit KO. Oh, another. Very nice. Looks good to me. Only 4 experience points, though. But I did love wandering around and exploring the world map in Dragon Quest III. It's just pleasant. The music's nice. It looks good. There's always like little landmarks and shiny, like sparkly things to go and find. It's nice. The ghost is assessing the situation. Probably not the right move, sir. Okay, there you go. Level 3 has been obtained. Never takes too long in the beginning. Yeah, so like for example here, my strength didn't go up at all, and I'm like, that looks more to me like a bad roll than it does, it's kind of predetermined that his strength wouldn't go up. But I can't say, because this time the MP went up higher, so I don't know if one level up focuses more on magic, and the other one focuses more on strength. We'll just have to see. But we learned heal, which is going to be pretty crucial. That's good. We've got some signposts here. Erdrick's Hollow. Okay, nice. That's where we're going. Gonna stick to the story. Yeah, I miss my like boomerang style stuff that can attack everything in one go. That was so nice. But yeah, at least now I'm starting to like, because I'm familiar with a lot of the move and the spell names and stuff. It's definitely coming back to me slowly, like Frizz. Frizz, Sizz, Kafrizz, Kasiz, all of that stuff. But like Cattle Prod, I'm trying to remember if that was in Dragon Quest 3. Probably was. But yeah, so far you might be wondering, what about the party? Do we have a party in this one? And from what I know, you do not. In the first game, it's basically the hero and the hero alone. You do not have a party of characters. So that's something that's going to be different to the first one. I think another reason why the game in general is probably just smaller and shorter. They wanted to really focus in on the hero. Wow. The boxer shorts are OP, man. Look at this. It's better than the Wayfarer clothes. Yeah, so this is like from the bonus DLC stuff. We don't have any of the accessories, so I'm not going to get it. But yeah, even in Dragon Quest 3, the main protagonist, basically, like by the time you got him to the highest levels, he could do everything. He got things like Omni Heal, he could do like heavy magic stuff, and obviously physically he was a strong attacker too. So I'm sure Wonder's going to be able to do it all basically, and he won't need a party because it's just designed around him fighting solo. But I don't know if that makes like combat a bit more tedious, because you're probably regularly going to be outnumbered, and so it's going to be like 1 versus 4 and you have to watch the animations over and over again and stuff. So again, it being a shorter game I think works better for something like that. Alright, we're going to cut through this forest. I mean, it did show like the signpost showed straight ahead, but clearly not. That takes you to the sea. I think I remember the fleeing mechanics were pretty good in this game, so if you do want to flee stuff, it's not a big deal. But I think especially since I'm fighting solo in this game, I'm going to want... I'm probably going to rely on like boomerang type shit. Just go hard on the strength, and then just like boomerang everything, because boomerangs can basically hit every enemy. So cutting through here in the forest. Okay, rat skulls. Oh, already an accelerator. Damn, hit him with a 6 as well. Okay. Crit, first crit of the game. Now, let's heal for the first time. Let's see how much we can heal. 31, okay, that's a pretty good heal. I was worried it was going to get 2 attacks back to back. It didn't. Yeah, literally one of the first enemies we saw using accelerators. Kind of insane. But we're still good. Nice. Alright, no friend to accelerate this time. That's good. There we go. Damn, level 4. Let's see if strength goes up this time by like a more significant amount. Yeah, strength went up by 2 this time, but the MP also went up by 7. So it does feel at least like Dragon Quest 3 did, where if you do like 5 different runs, Wonder will have 5 different sets of stats across the board by the end of it. And we did learn Sizz, that's nice. Cool. Okay. Staying on top of statuses, all kinds of icons can pop up next to characters' names. Yep. Give the buffs and debuffs entry a gander. Fancy learning more. Okay. In your seemingly bottomless bags. Yep. That's good. That said, you won't be able to rummage through them while in a fight. Yep. This is something I definitely had to adjust to the first time I played, obviously coming from a Final Fantasy background. The idea that you have all of this stuff here, but you can't access them in battle. You have to make sure that you equip them. So, like, you can use them outside of battle, like now if I wanted to. But in battle, you've got to be very careful. Can this work in battle? I don't think so. I'm going to equip him with one just in case. But I don't think you can. Let's just fill up the bags. Yeah, fine. Alright, let's go. Let's see if the enemies go up a notch here. Ah! Party members? Was I wrong? Or maybe you get temporary party members? Whew! Phew! At last we arrive at Erdrick's Hollow. 'Twas no easy feat to reach it. Our onward journey will be little easier, I fear. The hero's grave lieth in the cavern's deepest reaches, or so the legends tell. Let us forget this folly and return homeward. We barely made it thus far in one piece. Do you really mean to dive headlong into further danger? Come, friends. Now is not the time to lose heart. Together, there is no hardship we might not overcome. Aye, gird up thy loins. Here is where our adventure truly begins. Thou art a warrior, it seemeth. Seekest thou too the grave of the hero of legend? Yes? Just as I thought. When once again the fiends appear, to hero's tomb retire, therein the hero's power for thine own self to acquire. Thou wert led here by the old adage, wert thou not? As were we. Which maketh us rivals. This being so, allow me to proffer a piece of advice. Look out behind thee! Quickly! We must not allow him to reach the grave before us. Must we really resort to such underhanded means? How else is our esteemed rival to learn that a true hero must learn to see through such a simple ruse? Come! That's so interesting because it literally shows you a party of characters there, and it's kind of the game just saying to you, like, we're literally rejecting the party, and the whole party system is our rival here. That's kind of funny. Not the system, but you get what I mean. So we have special scrolls, enchanted parchments adorned with wisdom that allow their readers to learn new spells and abilities. However, reader be warned, one can only read them once before they crumble into dust. It's told me that, but I didn't receive one though, right? There must be one to find. Okay. Learn what you can about Erdrick. We're going to do our best. Let's keep going. We do have heal and sizz now. At least we can do a group of enemies, so that's kind of nice. I'm going to try to explore, again, all the dead ends and stuff, everything I can. As much as I can, especially since it's one of us. I think I need to be as high level as possible. Being under level when you're only one character is probably a bit more deadly than usual. Am I lost? Surely not. I need only think. Alright, good luck, bro. Yeah, dead ends tend to have something, even if it's danger. Wonder opens the treasure chest. Now, there was the whole thing of it can be filled with monsters, and there was a way to know sometimes if there was or wasn't. You could kind of check with an ability. But there you go. There's the scroll. Now, okay. I'm going to use it. Can be learned. Maybe we do get more party members eventually. Maybe once, like... Maybe that's different, honestly. I'm pretty certain the first Dragon Quest original game, there was only the hero. Wonderland Sandstorm. Excellent. Look at it. It's an ability. Or reduces a group's accuracy. Okay. Oh, bubble slimes. Okay. I will try to sizzle things up a little here. Nice. How many experience points? 24. Okay. Oh, drops a treasure chest. Hell yeah. Let's go. That worked out pretty well. So into our first dungeon. 56, that's quite a lot. So I think what I was doing in Dragon Quest 3 as well, I was trying to not do like the maximized map unless I kind of already cleared an area and I was just checking what I missed. So in terms of navigation, yes, you get the mini-map preview in the corner, which is obviously useful, but it's kind of nice to get lost in these dungeons a little bit, I think. It's part of the experience. I feel like I'll probably level up soon anyway, so I'm just going to keep using the magic. Like, the early level ups really come fast. I don't have anything to restore MP though, so I do have to be careful. There's the shield. I already have one, but just in case, yeah. Alright, so far so good. That leads back to the dead end, I think, from before. Right, there's another one. Yeah, I'm wondering if somehow these guys become party members later, and it's different from the original. We'll see. There's definitely some things that have been added and that are different. I think maybe they've made a bit more of an effort to make this, again, a bit more of a bigger game than the original was. I don't know. The dark, it frighteneth me so. What I would not give to be safely home. Dragon scale. Ooh. Okay. The dragon scale is an accessory. Cool. It raises your defense. Let's do that. Excellent. Right, this time I'm going to go for a regular attack here. Lunatic. I do like the names are really good. These enemies. Still one hit KO. Good. 5. Okay. Ooh. Is 2 attacks enough? There it is. Okay. Cool. So that's the way down. And so now I'm like, okay, instead of going down, let's just have a look at the map. See what we missed. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff on the left side, so I am going to explore that a little bit before I come down. Helps keep my levels healthy and helps to increase my chances of picking up as much stuff as possible. I think basically I tend to, at some stage of the game, I get into a bit of a re-exploration mode. And then it's a good time to, maybe I can just activate those, like, show where the treasure chests are and stuff, just to make sure I clear out dungeons properly. But first time through, I'll definitely do them blind, I think. Yeah, the Draki is weak, so I'm going to work on the Lunatic first. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. Definitely a chance I miss as a result, so maybe we just sizz it. Just to be sure. The magic looks strong. It's stronger than my physical attack. And it can hit a group. But this is what Sizzle can do to you. Ooh. Wow. Either it does 1 damage or it does frizz. That's rude. That is rude. But as I say, I think we'll level up soon. So we'll get our HP back. Probably another battle or 2. Divine Dagger. Ooh. Especially effective against the undead. We haven't met any yet. And again, I think depending on weapon type, you sometimes do less damage with certain stuff. But let's just try it. Okay. Cool. Bro's just walking around in his boxing shorts in the dungeon, handling business. But I think I'm not going to get too excited here. We're already up to 10 medicinal herbs, by the way, so I think it's wise. I'm not just going to rely on the level up heal. Okay. Damn, he attacked first. Ooh, nice crit. Of course. Still, don't regret it. 6 more HP, 5 more strength, more resilience, agility. Okay. Honestly, the MP going up is going to be important for me. I hope I have a nice big MP pool. Alright, let's head deeper. I'm going to try and finish off this first dungeon for you guys for part 1. Get to see plenty of content. This is a group, so let's just do this. Sizzle those ghosts up. And they take more damage from fire too. It's nice. No sign of a mini medal yet. Don't know if it's because I haven't found one or because I just don't have one. They just don't have them. We'll see. Wow. Okay. No traps yet in the chest. No monsters.
Flames!
Nice. Yeah, those guys do decent damage, so rather do that. This guy's made it this far. The little shudder. Frightened? Me? Nonsense. I'm merely resting. Sure. Sure thing, buddy. Alright, this one will go one-on-one. Let's see the dagger in action. Oh, really? Damn. I guess it is a bit of a like floating, flying kind of thing. I don't know if the dagger has less accuracy than the sword. But there you go. Okay, well there you go. That answers my question. Cool. Good. Thou scarest me not, slime. How about thee? Before that, let me just quickly get these. Magic water. Nice. Medicinal herbs. And coins. Let's have a look at this. Magic water. Ah. 15 MP. Alright. Let me sort out. Cool. Just sleeping. Blah, 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 blah. Snort. Blah, 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 blah. Hmm? Oh, sorry. Just like me to goo and fall asleep with my eyes wide open. I'm not a bad slime. Really. Just like a midday snooze now and again. Yeah, seems nice, guy. Just snoozing. Okay. Not sure what we can do with this later on, but we'll see. Let's keep moving for now. Definitely plenty of chests. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, sure. Yeah, extra damage on that. It counts as like an undead type. Not enough for a one-hit KO, but that'll do. A decent chunk of coins here, already up to 900 basically. What will the first like boss be? Are we going to encounter it now, basically? Here we go. There is the grave, I guess, of our hero from Dragon Quest III. It's an ancient-looking gravestone. The inscription is faint, but Wonder can just about make it out. I am Erdrick. Heed me well, bearer of my blood, heir to my destiny. If you would reach the evil island visible from Tantegel's shore, you will require the 3 sacred artifacts. Gather them, and you may yet cross to that accursed isle, and destroy the source of all evil, as I too did so long ago. Before my passing, I entrusted the 3 objects to 3 great sages. If the fates have been kind, their descendants guard them still. When evil rules the ill-starred isle once more, gather the hollow triad, and strike a blow for the cause of light. No doubt, those of the line of the sages await you somewhere in this world. Seek them out. The journey before you is a perilous one indeed. To that end, let me impart to you my greatest secret. Halt! Thou shalt not claim the hero's power. 'Twill be ours and no others. At last, we have found it. Mighty Erdrick's grave. And on it, his very own words. Let us see. Though the darkness grows strong, the light is ever stronger. Take courage in it, and go forth. For this is the hero's greatest power, unwavering courage in the face of seemingly insurmountable hardship. Courage? That is all it saith. Come, there must be more. The location of a mighty sword, or the secret of a legendary magic. There is naught. Curse it all! So the ancient adage was naught but a lie. Perhaps not. After all, what enabled us to prevail thus far, if not courage? Well, courage and just a little underhandedness. Forgive us. In our desperation for the hero's power, we did not comport ourselves as we perhaps should have done. Please understand, 'tis the desire for vengeance that driveth us so. Our village was... the fiends attacked, and precious little now remaineth. Just giving you some proof there. Yet it is as I feared. 'Tis not the place of the likes of us to claim the might of heroes. Come, let us return home. But if the fiends are not stopped, their evil will engulf the world. Surely someone must stand against them as mighty Erdrick once did. I'm standing right there, guys. Pfft, wow. Got underestimated. Wow. If I commit it to memory, it's just going to be like what they said, probably. Just in case. Wanda looks more closely at the gravestone. Part of it is covered in moss. He brushes away the moss and finds a further inscription. Ooh. Blood of my blood, child of my children, seek out the sphere of light, by whose power the darkness might be banished and the fiends repelled. I have entrusted it to the care of the King of Tantegel. Join forces with whomever of his line now sits upon the throne, and see that his blessing is brought to bear. For if it is lost, the world will be plunged into darkness once more. Treasure it, for it shall be your salvation. Okay, I think that's plenty to go off. That's nice. Objectives have been updated. It just says learn more about the strange... I'm just curious what it says. Learn what you can about the strange voice you've heard. Okay. Cool. Anything behind here? Usually, like, when you go behind stuff, you tend to find things, but no. All we found was trouble. This one is still a one-hit KO if it hits. That's fine. Nice. Especially since it missed. Oh, nice crit as well. The crits are coming in. Let's go. Alright. Where do we go from here? I guess you could use the Chimera Wing to just exit the dungeon, but I'd rather kind of make my way out like this.
I have thee now. Ha!
Wow. It dodged this attack last time too. That was fortunate. Level 6, let's go. 67. Strength up 4. Wisdom up 3. MP up 7. That's not bad. We learned snooze, slews, and flame slash. Okay, I want to see if I find those guys back near the entrance of this place. I can't take it out in one hit, I think. No, I can with Sizz, actually. I should have. But I've been dodging quite a lot of attacks, surprisingly many. Alright, we did all of that. Did all of this. Thankfully, it's not the deepest dungeon in the world. And the encounter rates are decent. I remember thinking the same about Dragon Quest III. I don't think it was ever really that bad or problematic. And the flea mechanics are decent, so I think like the kind of old school JRPG grindy frustration vibes I think are not really in these HD-2D remakes, which I think is a nice thing for me, personally. I know some people just can't get enough of that whole style, but not me. I enjoy it to some degree, but like it's a fine line. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go. These are all like groups, so I think I'm just gonna start with this. We're still very much safe here. There's not a problem. Okay. So, last check before I leave. There's B2, and there is no like further path down. There is no like B3 or anything. Just to make sure. Okay, let's go. Now, basically, I think I can just return to Tantegel now. Speak to the king, tell him what I found, and then we'll probably wrap up this this first long introductory episode there. And I think that should give you guys enough of a flavour of what's going on with Dragon Quest I HD-2D Remake. Damn, they only took 22. Ooh. Yeah, the magic is powerful against you as well, man. It's not just for you. Still probably the best way to do it for now. But they are resistant to fire magic. So yeah, smooth sailing early on, like it wasn't some kind of like crazy brutal dungeon to start with. Maybe the original Dragon Quest was very different in that sense. Even the first dungeon is like dangerous, but for us modern day gaming babies, it's definitely much easier. There we go, we are back. So I'm going to head straight through and speak to the king. Yep. Just remember, FASF, fearless adventurers save frequently. That's good advice. I'm always a big proponent of saving frequently. I know I haven't yet, but we barely did anything in the game so far, so I don't really care too much. But I think now I will practice what I preach, and I will throw in a save. I think it's this guy, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, plenty of saves available. This is nice. I tend to try to save like once or twice per session. And obviously I fill up the slots, but then I can just make copies of them because I'm playing on Steam. And then I tend to have like save files every like hour or so. Sometimes I forget, I get roped into something, or it's a particularly long dungeon or something. And then I I have bigger gaps, but usually it's not too bad. Okay. Quickly speak to this lady here. O benevolent goddess, pray deliver unto us once more a hero of mighty Erdrick's brawn and bravery. Standing right here, you know. Well, continue to keep underestimating me. Did not see this bit up here, though. This is cool. Worth investigating this as well. Trust not the fellow over yonder. He is a blackguard and a swindler. Is Robin Hood around? I wonder if he's like a kind of constant across a lot of the games, every game, kind of like the Sids of Final Fantasy. There's a Robin Hood in every game. I want to speak to him, yeah. I should hope, friend, that thou knowst to judge a fellow not on appearance alone. Aye, even for a man who sporteth naught but a pair of fabulous underpants may nonetheless be the finest and most trustworthy fellow thou didst me. I mean, I am wearing boxing shorts right now, so maybe we're kindred spirits, who knows. Fine. Can't do anything yet, though. But what I can do is speak to the king and tell him of what I have seen. And maybe find out more about this sphere that we're after. And I'll wrap things up. This introductory episode for you guys. Definitely takes a bit of time to get going with these, with all the stuff that I want to talk about and just like getting into the game, but I'm going to try and give you guys your money's worth for part 1 and not end it before anything's really happened. But this should hopefully give you enough of a feel for what to expect. Okay, yeah, so we need to go to the Shrine of Rain. Fine, okay. So in terms of the Shrine of Rain, we don't really know where it is, and when you look at the objectives, it just tells you that. So in that sense, that's where the whole old school kind of finding where things out and figuring some stuff out yourself comes in. So like they made it very obvious where the hollow is, but the shrine, he doesn't, like, the king doesn't just straight up tell you, okay, so once you're done with the hollow, head this way to visit the shrine. You just got to find it. So that's what we'll try to do. Let me get out of here again. Actually, I guess I can revisit the shop. That was another reason I wanted to come back, because I have some money now. Might be able to get myself an upgrade. Yeah, it's not too much. I mean, the Iron Lance feels worth it to me. It's a notable upgrade. And if we really want, we can get the hardwood headwear. Alright, let's see. I think we can sell the copper sword now. Sell the leather hat. Damn, the magic water's worth 180 Gs. Don't need that. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. I think items-wise I'm good, so I'm just going to head back out there, and we're going to look for the Shrine of Rain. Okay. So, try and look for landmarks here, like, as in bits on the map that indicate something. So there's a few, like, there's 2 or 3 spots that we can potentially visit. Let's go for it. And already I think, oh, there's a new set of enemies. I'm gonna just sizzle these guys. Only 6 experience. I can't go too hard on the magic because I'm not getting as much experience from these guys. I might mess up the level up. Let's do... These guys can use Frizz, which worries me a little. So you show 3 different places here. We had Erdrick's Hollow, Wayfarer's Chapel, and Gallenholm. So I kind of want to... I do want to check out... I guess we'll check out the chapel. I think once you do Erdrick's Hollow, you're basically already... You start to have some freedom about where you can go. There's not like an immediate... Oh, here's a shrine. Let's go there. It might be this place. But I actually want to try this bit first. Let's do that. Also wondering where the mini medal guy is. In Dragon Quest 3 there's a specific guy. Oh, hold on, we found this. Nice, we found a secret spot. So these are still in it as well, this is good. There's an NPC in there too. Okay, there's many NPCs here. Cool. Seed of Strength, that's a good one. That's my 2nd Seed of Strength already. I like that. Okay, up by 1 again. Let's talk to him. Wander the lands for long enough, and thou wilt come across other encampments such as ours. There is a long-abandoned village over the bridge north and east of here. Explore the mountains further east from there, and thou wilt surely stumble across another detachment of our brothers in arms ere long. If they have escaped the fiend's wrath, that is. We'll commit that one to memory. Curses. It mattereth not how many we slay. Fiends keep coming. Will we ever feel the warmth of home again, I wonder? Nice, that's quite a lot. Once I am released from my duties, I plan on proposing to my sweetheart. Ah, whatever will she say? Having recently done that myself, I feel you, bro. Thankfully it all went well. I am now engaged. I don't talk about like private stuff that much, but yeah. I do mention my girlfriend sometimes, but now I have to kind of remember to call her my fiance. Need to get used to that. But yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago. We got engaged. And all is good. I'm still gonna burn these rat skulls. Yeah, this is probably the Wayfarer's Chapel. Yeah, okay. We might still find some stuff here of use. And well, more clues when we speak to NPCs. Okay, 16 gold night. Yeah, let's do it. That's pretty cheap. Gets my MP back. West of Cole standeth a tower known as the Shrine of Rain. So there you go. That's why the exploration helps. They don't give it to you on a plate. You got to look around, and you got to interact, and you got to engage. Who built it, and with what purpose in mind, I know not. But 'tis said that it hath stood since the time of Erdrick, hero of legend. So that's exactly what we needed. I'm very glad I came here. And sometimes that's the thing. There might be that one NPC that tells you where something is, and you choose another direction, or there's like 5 different directions you can go, and only one of them gets you that NPC that tells you where it is. And so sometimes it can take a long time for you to find what you need, and sometimes you get it very quickly. But that's just the way it goes. Now, we got a Seed of Stamina, which is nice. It's essentially like defense. Yeah, so it went up by 2, so it can go up by 2. Well, more than 1, let's just say. So I think it's the same as Dragon Quest 3, in that sense. Red door. And we're able to save here. Okay. I think what I will do is I will probably wrap up this first episode. I wanted to make it a little bit longer just to give you guys as much time as possible to kind of get used to how things look, how they sound, and how they play. And I think I have done that with this first episode. I think it will take... Whoops, what did I press? I didn't even read. I was just trying to get out of the menu. Oops. Anyway, this is basically what I want to do. Yeah, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed this first episode of Dragon Quest 1, one of the JRPGs that started it all, remade in HD-2D glory. Thank you to Square Enix once again for sending me the game, really do appreciate it, and I look forward to playing more of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D Remake in the coming weeks. So hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Please remember to like the video and show this first one some love, and I hope you guys will join me for the rest of the adventure, and also maybe decide to jump in yourselves, because I think if you are, especially for my Final Fantasy fans that's watching this, if you've never played Dragon Quest before, but you do like the earlier Final Fantasies of, say, like 1 to 6, I do think you'll be a fan of these early Dragon Quest games, and so I do recommend that you give them a go. And either way, I will see you for episode 2 soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.